Hi, and welcome back to the Credit Narrative. In this series, we're breaking down the complex world of international finance to see how it affects the African continent and you. Today, we're tackling one of the most important and often most frustrating topics, the cost of borrowing. Why do African nations often pay more for the same dream than countries elsewhere? It's all tied to that one little grade. We're here to explain the risk premium in plain English so you can see exactly how global perceptions turn into real-world costs for our governments. There's a hidden tax that many African nations pay, one that never appears on a receipt but costs billions of dollars every single year. In the world of finance, we call it the risk premium. Think of it like this. If you go to a bank for a loan and you have a perfect credit score, the bank says, "We trust you. Pay us back 3% interest." But if your score is low, they say, "We're taking a gamble on you. You have to pay 12%. Now imagine that logic applied to an entire country trying to build, for instance, a bridge. When a credit rating agency gives an African nation a lower grade, they're essentially telling the world, this is a risky bet. So when that nation goes to borrow money to build a hospital, it has to pay a much higher coupon or interest than a country that is situated in Europe or North America. We see this play out in what we call the African risk premium. Sometimes, even when an African country has better growth and lower debt than a Western neighbor, they are still forced to pay more to borrow the same amount of money, simply because of the geography of the sovereign. This creates a painful cycle. If a country is downgraded, its interest payments skyrocket overnight. Suddenly, a government that was doing everything right finds itself spending more on interest than it does on its own people. It's a letter that costs real money, millions, and sometimes even billions, which could have gone into the national budget, are instead sucked away to satisfy the risks perceived by the markets. But this isn't just a problem for the Ministry of Finance. This premium eventually finds its way to you.